Hey everyone, so today I'm going to teach you a pretty common element that one of you asked me to do a tutorial on, and it is the Yukki slack element that you might or might not have seen a lot of players do, and here's what it looks like. So as you can see from right there, it consists of many different elements that you might or might not be used to. So sort of simple elements like a double or nothing, or like if you're used to doing inverted sort of elements and rejection elements as well. So yeah. So many reasons why a lot of players use this element is because it's a really great speed element that you see a lot of speed players doing, like Yuri Yamaki, Colin Beckford, Kieran Cooper. You know, a lot of players use this element. And it's something in which it scores really high in competition. So you see a lot of speed combos where, you know, players are railing or whatever, and they do a lot of these different elements, sort of take up your time in a freestyle. But for this element, you can sort of follow this sort of combo after your main speed combo to score more points in one setting. So I'm not really sure when Yukki Spencer created this element. I'm quite sure it's a pretty long time ago when he won Worlds in either 2001 or in the early 2000s, I'm pretty sure. And this was back when yo-yos were pretty thin, the walls were pretty high, you know, the yo-yos didn't really spin that long, and this element sort of suited that sort of generation. So to start off, of course, you always have to make sure that your string is tensionless free. And yeah. Alright, so first, you want to start off with a double or nothing. You know, simple double or nothing, nothing special. And then here's where the parts get a little bit tricky. You go from double or nothing, and from where you're seeing right now, it may be a little difficult to see where I'm putting the string. You can see right there. But there's a couple things that's going on in the middle of the trick. Right, so for the next step, if you're right-handed, you want to roll onto the left on this top string right here, like so. And then after you've done that, you want to invert your fingers towards yourself like this. So you're in sort of this mount right here. I'll do a couple of angles to simplify that motion for you. So it's basically a trapeze, but sort of inverted this way. And then after that, you would want to, here's probably one of the hardest parts. From here, roll on to the left if you're right-handed. If you're left-handed, obviously you roll over to the right if you're left-handed. And then from here, you will want to roll over your throw hand wrist. So like this. Again, I'll get different angles. And then sort of right here, if you can see, it sort of has a kink where you can do a triangle. So it's sort of like so from the front, it sort of looks like an inverted triangle, just like the second step. But it's actually a kink where you can do a triangle. So much like this, it looks like this from the other angle, and you could do a triangle from there. That's where some people may stop. The hard part is this rejection right here. So even sometimes I can't get it right, but it takes a lot of practice. And yeah. You're sort of in this mount right here where I told you it's a kink where you could do a upside down triangle. So from here you want to take your non-throw hand thumb and sort of undercut these two string segments right here. You want to do that. And then you're sort of in this mount right here where you're preparing for the false rejection. I call it a false rejection because it doesn't really reject off of the gap and the response. It sort of rejects off of your fingers. So again, you're from this mount right here. You're going to roll over onto this farthest outer string, just like so. And then with this string or slack right here that you're holding with your thumb, you want to flick it over into the backwards gap of the yo-yo. So this slack right here, it's supposed to flick over, it go into the gap, just like so. And then it looks like you're sort of in a regular Mach 5 mount, But if you roll off to the left and then bounce it at the same time into the upper. So if you practice enough, this combo looks really good when you do it fast and smooth. You know, it's an element that a lot of judges can recognize if you're into competing at all. And it's overall just a really fun sort of combo that you can do. And there's a lot of trick construction possibilities that you can go from this mount. You know, for this rejection, you could do a couple of different things. Or you could, you know, overall just do a lot of different things with this sort of element. And yeah, I encourage you guys to experiment with this element if you can learn it. And yeah, so let me go over these steps again. You're from a double or nothing. You roll off into the top string towards your left if you're right-handed. If you're left-handed, towards your right. You're in this inverted sort of mount right here, a triangle. And then you would want to roll the yo-yo over your third hand wrist. So, as so, like so. And then from here, you would want to take your non-third hand thumb and undercut this string right here that's coming from your wrist, just like so. And you're in this mount right here to prepare you for the false rejection mount. And then you want to roll the yo-yo onto the farthest most outer string, which is this string right here. And then after that, you would want to force this slack into the gap of the yo-yo, just like so. Slow down this element so that you guys can fully understand what I'm doing. And then from here, from this Mach 5 hand, you want to roll off and then hit the top string. And you're in a upside down GT. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Ask me in the comment sections down below if there are anything else you guys might want me to review or teach, sorry. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope to see you guys soon. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'm